and a salute. I'm your host, Chris Budihas, and joining me virtually is Matt Wood with the 30-minute hit. Matt, how are you?
I'm fantastic, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. It's Friday. I survived this whole week. It's hard to believe. So it's, yeah, hey, number one, where are you from? And then, from originally. And then number two, what you do in the military?
So I'm originally from New Hampshire, and I spent 21 years in the Army as an infantryman. So I got to do all that fun stuff of falling out of airplanes, helicopters, all that good things.
That's awesome.
Walking around carrying things and making things go boom for a living.
And you're still upright and functional. You're doing a great job. So, hey, thanks for your,
Functional, we'll kind of give it that little iffy kind of stuff, but yeah, for the most part.
Right. Yeah, my bag tells me in the morning, like, yeah, you're infantry for 36 years. I can feel it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So Matt, can you kind of tell us, what was your post-military journey and how did you come about the 30-minute hit?
So I left the Army and went right to work for the Walt Disney Company. I was still on terminal leave and went right into working for Disney Vacation Club, which I figured would be an easy thing. I'd been an Army recruiter for a while, which was the longest 36 months of my career. And then figured if I could sell the Army, I could sell Disney. Did that for about a year and a half, realized that did not like sales anymore, even on the outside, than I did in the Army.
Yeah. Went
from that to Disney Institute, which is their external training arm. And then from there to workforce management, where I was doing some HR and finance related stuff, and actually found that to be a lot more interesting. Was there for a pretty good chunk of change. And then Disney decided in 2020 that they were going to do some massive layoffs as part of COVID. They said, hey, we haven't opened Disneyland at this point, or they were getting ready to open, but they were still laying off people. I worked through a big furlough process. But they still said, hey, we're going to do layoffs. And I was one of 28,000 people that they laid off. Realized, okay, I got to go find whatever's next. And just took it as an opportunity. So through that process, I went to exploring a bunch of different opportunities and landed on a franchise opportunity with 30-minute hit, which is
that's great.
Where I am now. And it's been fantastic.
That's excellent. So can you kind of explain to the audience, like, what is 30-minute hit? What do you guys provide? And tell folks, because we talked off camera, you've been around about 6 months, you're building your clientele, you got over 100 folks. That's very respectable. So can you talk a little bit more about the company?
Absolutely. So it's a women's only fitness studio that focuses on kickboxing, boxing, high intensity interval training. It's all focused on a 30-minute workout with no class times or anything. They come in, they get right on the floor, and they have trainers there the entire time they're working out. And it really is. They come in, they get that real high intensity workout taken care of, and they're out the door. And it's been a really cool opportunity. We're the only one in Central Florida, and we're one of 2 locations in the entire state of Florida.
Wow.
The company started up in Vancouver, Canada, has grown all over Canada, has really started growing here in the U.S. They just opened their first location in Dubai, of all places. So that kind of tells you something about how big they are, and they've been around for 20 years. So they're really making an impact in women's fitness and women's health. And we saw this, my wife and I saw this as a great opportunity to really kind of help move forward women's health and fitness, and provide that opportunity for them to come in, have a safe place to work out where they didn't feel like they could go and, didn't feel like they had to be intimidated by equipment or people or worry about, hey, is this guy, kind of ogling me or whatever else, and just be able to come in, get that great, awesome workout, and then be out the door and on with the rest of their day.
That's great, man. I applaud you. I mean, you really went all in with a franchise, and you're building your company via that brand down there in Central Florida. So, and ironically, I won't mention the gym I go to. Yeah, it's funny when I actually, gyms near me on Google, just because I recently moved to kind of see what was available. Like, what would you say, Matt? You kind of alluded to it. What sets you apart from the competition?
I think really building the community that we've built. Our members have said that coming into our place, they feel that sense of community. They feel like they have that safe place to come in and work out. They don't have to worry about anybody else. They don't have to worry about body image or anything like that. They can come in, just really get in there, get a solid sweat going, and be out the door. And there's nobody else there that they're really worrying about. It's them and their workout. There's not a ton of mirrors all over the place. There's only one mirror, so they're not focused on, oh my gosh, is everybody looking at me while I'm working out? Or anything like that. And so I think that's one of the really big positive things about it is it's them and the bag that's in front of them that they're hitting. And they're just getting that really solid, positive, empowering environment throughout the entire 30 minutes that they're there. And we try to make sure that that's what they're getting.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. And no doubt, I mean, you're building your clientele. Obviously, they're sticking around, right? And that says something about just service you're providing there, and that's huge. And no doubt you guys are going to continue to grow. So for service members that are either in or veterans that are considering, starting their own business or a franchise, what are one or two things of advice would you provide them?
I mean, if you're looking to start your own business or jump into a franchise, definitely reach out to people that are doing it already. I mean, there's so many resources out there that are available. I mean, you've got like Bunker Labs, you've got the Rosie Network that are out there to help you with even whatever you're looking at to really figure out, okay, hey, if I've just got an idea and I want to figure out if this is something viable, using those resources, we're just talking to people. I mean, LinkedIn is a fantastic resource to be able to talk to folks. I mean, talking to you, talking to me, talking to anybody that's out there starting a business. There are a lot of us that are out here from the military community that have gone this route, that have said, hey, I have a great idea. I want to start a business based on this. But I think the biggest thing that I would say is, figure out what problem you want to solve. And then find a way to build a business around that. And that's really going to be the best way to do it. And I think even with a franchise, a franchise business, if you can find a way to solve a problem using a franchise business, which I think is what we did, it makes it even better.
That's huge,
because now you've got a playbook to go off.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I'm a small business owner myself, two other co-founders, and we said the same thing. We kind of peel this apart. We use a lot of those tools we learned in the military to kind of pull it apart, make sure we're solving the problem and not necessarily a symptom. And then, as you know, the last thing you want to do is sell a product or service that nobody wants to buy, right? So really taking a look at, the environment to understand, are we going in with our eyes wide open? Because, as I'm sure you've seen with friends and others, they have a great idea, but it's not the right location, or it's not really thought out, and nor do they even think about the finance side of that, and then realize, one of our going in positions, like we do not want capital from other folks because we don't want to be beholden to their pressures. So we bootstrapped it, and you had to do some internal looking at your bank account to make sure you're ready to go all in that case. So awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, hey, Matt, thanks for your service to the nation. Thanks for what you're doing down for your community there. We definitely want to spread the word about the 30-minute hit, and I look forward to seeing. We'll have you back sometime in the spring. You tell us, on your one-year anniversary, how things are and where you guys are going at, and how do folks find, the 30-minute hit, or specifically your studio?
Finding us is pretty easy. 30minutehit.com/Mineola. It's MINNEOLA. And that's where you can find us. But 30minutehit.com is the website. We're right there. We're all over the place.
Well, Matt, we'll take that information. We'll put it in our show notes and make sure we post it. I hope you have a great Veterans Day. Thanks for your service again to your nation and your family sacrifices that they supported you during your career.
Well, thanks for yours as well, Chris.
Yes, sir. We'll stay in touch. Hey, folks, you like what you heard?
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you like what you heard, reach out to Matt, reach out to myself, connect with us on LinkedIn. Please share this segment. Take a look at, how are you making a difference in your community, in your post-military, or if you're not former military, that's okay. What are you doing in your community to make it better as a member of that place that you live at? So again, connect with us. Please share this segment, and we'll see you at our next show. Live with gratitude.